Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. This is Combat Test 7C. That's right, it's got a C on the end of it. So Jeb has posted saying that he's received over 3,000 comments on the last post, that's test number 6. And with help from the community playtesting the PvP changes, he decided to call this one version C, as it's more of a rollback to version 5. So if you're out of the loop, Jeb is redesigning PvP in Minecraft, and he's doing that with help from the community. If you want to get involved and leave feedback, you can find the link to that Reddit thread you saw a second ago in the description box down below. And I'd also like to quickly mention we covered Combat Test number 6 last week on this channel, and also 1.16.2 has been released, and if you want to know all about that, you can find the Minecraft Updates playlist in the description box below. And so a lot of features have been changed back, so we're going to breeze through those first of all. The attack indicator has been returned after being removed in the last testing snapshot. And if you notice that the attack indicator was a little out of sync with the swiping of my sword, that is because the 200% time has been returned. They're known as charged attacks, and I believe once that indicator is filled up you have a charged attack. This will actually give you extra reach bonus, so if I spam click, you'll see that I can't hit the armor stand, and then if I wait, I get that little bit extra reach, and I can actually hit the armor stand from here. And once again, related to these charged attacks, you can have a sweeping edge attack. You can see the animation on my screen, but that's only once the indicator is fully charged again. So if I spam click, you'll see that it doesn't happen. So if you want to use the sweeping edge enchantment, you've got to wait until you've got that charged attack. So the distance between me and this armor stand is about 2.5 blocks. So if I spam click like this, you can see that I can hit it. If I take a step back, I'll have to wait for a charged attack to hit it. And this is because the base reach has been returned to 2.5, and in the last testing snapshot, it was 3 blocks. So in the last combat test, when you would hold down a shot for a bow, the bow would start to shake more and more, and you would lose the accuracy of your shot. I thought this was a really cool way to distinguish it from the crossbow. But after thinking about it, it makes sense that this has been removed, because when you play against other players, you often tend to snipe a spot and wait for someone to stick their head out, and then you'll shoot at them. And that would make that rather difficult with the bow, so the removal of that is probably actually a good idea. And another removed feature is the interruption of eating when being attacked. Now, yes, I'm in creative mode, but this is no longer an issue. But it also didn't work for things like dispensers. It was specifically mobs and entities attacking you could interrupt your eating, which is a part of healing, and that has now been removed. Personally, I thought that would be good for PvP. So now we move on to the changes and adjustments. This first one is for the auto attack. You can simply hold down click and automatically attack over and over again. Now the change here is to the tick speed when you actually land a hit. So at the moment we're not hitting anything, and we are basically attacking every 4 ticks. When I go and hit the armor stand, you're going to see that the sword speed is slightly slower now, and that's because when we actually land a hit, we're going to be auto-attacking every 5 ticks. So when we miss, it's going to be auto-attacking every 4, and when we hit, it will be every 5. This next one, I'm not actually sure what's going on, because apparently shields have a 50% knockback resistance when active. And I've tried this with the knockback attribute of this zombie, and with it having an enchanted weapon that has knockback on it. As you can see, I get hit back a fair way. So if I get close and block with the shield, I'd expect this to be kind of reduced, but as you can see, it's negated entirely. So not sure what that changelog is on about there. It also says that shields are now instant. So if I get close and just hold down right click, you see there's no penalty here, and we're just blocking every time. Let's also try this with an axe. Aha, you can see the shield gets disabled from the axe though, and strangely, the knockback gets applied. Okay, so you saw the kind of distance we covered there. It's not like that's half the distance, so not really making too much sense of these changes, am I? And I wasn't aware that this had been changed, but shields protect you from 100% of explosion damage. So let's get close up to that creeper, and we take no damage whatsoever. And going back to the whole reach distance thing, there is a change here as well. So if I spam click, then I won't be able to hit the armor stand. If I wait till it's charged, then I can hit the armor stand. However, if I do this when crouched, we don't get that bonus. So you don't get the reach bonus when you're crouched. And now for what I think is the most interesting change of all, one that might affect the technical side of the game, but probably not. We'll investigate the brewing stand in just a second. Potions will now stack up to 16, which personally I think is just a great convenience, especially if you want to load a shulker box full of potions. But like a backpack, that's a really great way to have a lot with you to get moved around. Now, I've been shift clicking these, and if I shift click a splash potion, you see that we get one. Shift click a lingering potion, we get one as well. So those ones are not stackable, but these are to 16. And so I thought, how does this affect brewing stands? And unfortunately, the answer is it doesn't, which is probably actually a good thing. So I brewed up some potions here, and you can't then start brewing them again and stacking these any further. Basically, if I take a stack of 16 and click it on the bottom slot, it will only accept one. If I do the same with potions that are brewed, you can see I can't put any more on them. So it's not like we can stash up and brew extra potions or anything like that. Basically, brewing is exactly the same, but being able to stack these up to 16, that is pretty cool. And here is a little food for thought. This means that you could set up an item filter, right? I just put some across like that. It will filter those types over into this chest. So let's grab those again, just chuck them up here, and they will get filtered through. So you could have an automatic brewery system hooked up to a storage system to sort these all into the correct spaces. This change has to stay. I love it. So I'm thinking a little bit more about how this affects PvP. If you had splash potions and you could spam them because they were in a stack, then that would kind of be overpowered. Of course, when you're fighting, you need to divvy up your hotbar space for other tools, block, food, weapons, all that kind of stuff. And being able to stack potions like this might be a little bit overpowered just because you can rather quickly bring all your hearts back up again. But if you think about the other potion types, there isn't much an advantage to having them stacked. So that might be one potion that perhaps shouldn't be stacked. I don't know. And here's another listed change which I think I might have said was possible in the last video that we made on this testing snapshot cycle, but you can now put those other enchantments onto your netherite axes through anvils and books, but you can't get those additional enchantments here in the enchanting table. And an issue that I believe is simply related to these testing snapshots and not the main game. As you can see here, the attack damage has been updated for the netherite tools. They all do exactly one more than their counterpart. And there were bug fixes as well related to shield desynchronization when attacking in mid-air. Also spectator mode players being able to use the sweep attack. And randomness has been entirely removed from knockback. That's been reported as a bug. And also player speeds related to crouching and shields. Another little issue there that's been fixed. And so I pass the question off to you. What do you think about those potion changes? I think they are fantastic. And it brings us to the end of this video. Of course, make sure you're subscribed if you want to keep up to date with all of these Minecraft updates. And if you want to know about 1.16.2, there'll be a link on the screen and in the description box down below. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.